It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC East. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants, and it's coming up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me as always, Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and of course take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Jones. And this one is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Wentz. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
All right, partner, we'll be Captain Obvious right here. Now the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jared Davis, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's James returning. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string to... And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man. That's Richie James. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the run.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz now to throw. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Wentz. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wentz is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Throwing now is Wentz. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Jones now. A final shot before break. Pass incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Giants, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Gibson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete to Dotson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back to the ground with Gibson. They juked him. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Gibson again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This one left side caught by Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson from 3 yards out. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Flush. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Slide for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The New York set to take the field.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. It got his man complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
Now he's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nailed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. James has got it. Complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jones on 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. Ticks to go, still time, but they need this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. To throw is Jones. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Personal foul. Safety. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. What a finish in this one, Charles. This group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.